recording. Yes, recording in progress. Okay, here we are. Spark of spark of inspiration. Okay, um, tongue twister, but it's a good one. So, spark of inspiration is a new, I would say, like serious calls in beautiful badass souls in my school community, and I really enjoy, like creating stages for people to shine, but not only for them to shine, but also their mission to shine, so their message can really I don't know, like reach millions of people, because like when we all come together, for God's sake, like we can reach millions of people. I'm pretty sure. You're probably familiar with 6 degrees of separation, yeah, which is now probably like 2.3 or something like that. But it's like every single person is connected to any single person in the world, through, I don't know, like 2 or 3 contexts. So that's quite powerful fact, when you think about it. So yeah, Charley, welcome. Um, Welcome to this quantum party. So we know each other, I don't know, like now what, a month?
Couple months, yeah.
Oh my God, I think like 2 months or something, but I feel that, we known each other for thousands of years. If I,
We probably
like we
have.
are this, like seriously, it's like this, feeling of yeah, that it's so familiar, and
Yeah, I agree.
alignment, it's really amazing. So we are co-creating on different projects, but it's like this one, so with remote frequency device that you are presenting to the world, um I really want to amplify that message. I really want to amplify that message. This is the reason also why why I invited you and I connected you to all these people, because I really, I really feel myself, because I'm using the machine and I can feel like positive effect. And I know I really want that also people have the opportunity to experience similar things. So, Charley, would you be so kind and just, like for a short intro, like who are you? What is your mission? For example, like who would you like to meet, and how can community help you? And then we'll go forward from that.
Okay, thank you. Born and raised in Utah. I did not have a religious or spiritual background. I didn't have really any background. I had very unique parents that were just neutral. Got involved with business very early, and I guess I brought a lot of that knowledge from past life and did okay in business. But I didn't have any college education, had blue collar parents. And as soon as I got around adults and executives, I just loved being around them and just thrived. It was a manufacturing company for the first business at 16, 17. The reason I tell you about Utah and not having a religious or spiritual background is because I flew 2 million miles with that company and then developed the fear of flying. And as soon as I left that company, after 15 years, I was on a plane a couple of weeks later. So that was the first time the universe kind of stepped in and said, we need you to go in a different direction. Because if I had my way, I'd still be at that company. It's a very large company, very successful company, and I could really use the money right now. During that time at 33, I had an old guy come up to me in the sauna. I was fully clothed, by the way. He was naked. I was sitting, he was standing. So he came up to me, and my eye level was exactly where you think it was. His name's actually Dick Burge. So there you go. And he said, I feel like I've known you from a past life. And again, no spiritual or religious background. So I had no frame of reference, no conditioning, Catholic, atheist, Buddhist, any of it. But something he said about a past life broke open something, because I just was very curious about what that meant. He got me onto books, consciousness, meditation, which led to one teacher, which led to my ultimate teacher, who can do incredible things, which I'm sure everyone on this call has seen people heal, levitate, do incredible things. And again, I didn't have anything in my mind that told me that wasn't real or could not be done or it was bullshit. So I was just like, that's great, cool. So I spent 10 years with him, understanding quantum consciousness, all the stuff that we've done for the last 30 or 40 years, increase the spiritual path and increase the spiritual stuff with humans. Doesn't look like it's working too well for the world right now, but we've all jumped on the path and done what we were supposed to do. Um, and then about 6 months ago, yeah, about 6 months ago, maybe 9 months ago, I heard of FLFE. The, I can never remember that. They're a company that has Freedom Life Force Energy. Anyways, that's a machine plugged in consciousness. Yeah, it remotely sends energy to a home, to a phone, to an individual, to a pet, to whatever. And they've been around for about a decade. They've got tens of thousands of subscribers, Quantum IO and a couple others. And I'm sure many on this call know of other companies doing this. Is very curious. And I contacted both of them just to see if they needed help. I wanted to see if I could help them kind of take it to the world, if they had questions. Again, I wanted to see if I could jump on board and help them. And both of them were very nice individuals, but nothing really came from it. And then about a month after contacting these two companies, I had some random dude by the name of Jay reach out to me and say, "Hey, I've got this thing and I want you to test it." And me being me, I nothing, I didn't have any concerns. I said, "Sure, I'll try it." And it was a patch. And I guess the reason he reached out is because the year prior, I had been working with companies and organizations to get them to hire a chief consciousness officer. Kind of like when a CTO was hired 30 years ago. Everyone had technology, everyone needed a CTO, everyone started hiring. So I thought that consciousness being the final frontier and consciousness shifting on this planet so drastically, I think companies need a CCO. So I think that's what got him to reach out to me. And he reached out, said something about a pack and some other things. And then something, I was playing soccer one night and I kind of put two and two together and I said, "Hey, I've heard there's this other company called FLFE. Can you broadcast? Can you push this out? Can we do this remotely?" He's like, "Yeah, we can do that." I was like, "Why didn't you just start there? Why do we don't need a physical patch. Why are we doing this?" And we just hit it off. And we started testing it with hundreds of people, friends, family, strangers, anyone we could get on the machine, and we just started getting incredible results. Um, Absolutely incredible results with suicidal teens, suicidal adults, depression, PTSD. Business guys would come to us who needed clarity on a situation. They've been trying to raise money for 12 to 18 months, and they get on the machine a week later, everything would just unfold. Basically, what the machine's doing is just permanently shifting the baseline of the individual, shifting the frequency, and when that permanently sets in, it destroys the old one. That's it, right? So it's a true Tesla machine in a sense. The stuff that's not new. It's over 100 years. Technology is nothing new, but I guess the thing we've got going for us is my partner. He has been doing this for 15 years. He has some unique remedy that he's tweaked over the last 15 years. What's worked, what hasn't. He's tested it with certain things, with buildings, with schools, with farms, with autistic kids, with PTSD, with people who need certain things. And what I've learned in the spiritual realm, being around this world as much as I have, is a lot of people on the spiritual path come from corporate, come from the typical 3D world, and they go flying off the other end thinking that money's bad and they've got all this technology and they've got all these great ideas, but they don't want to use the structure they just left. So they stay small. They don't think about scale. They don't think about growing it. They don't think about getting it to millions of people. They think of friends and family and people close to them, and they help them and they do incredible things, and the world never knows. And Jay was the same way. He's done this with autistic kids that have never spoken for 8 years, and then all of a sudden they're speaking to their parents, right? Shifting the frequency. Um, and just dozens of other stories of intense trauma, intense nightmares for decades, and just disappearing. And I didn't think he was full of shit. I just said, let's see if this is possible. And it just every person kept coming back, coming back, coming back. Someone like you, Anya, with being really far along on the path and super clear and super conscious. You had a unique experience with that. It was kind of breaking open your subconscious. More people started acting, treating you differently. And then it's just different for everybody. But what I've really learned, really enjoyed is it takes the human out of it, takes the ego out of it. It doesn't care if you're spiritual, doesn't care if you're religious, doesn't care if you're black or white, doesn't care if you meditate, doesn't care if you believe in it, it takes all of that shit out of the way. For the last 30, 40 years, we humans are our own worst enemy. So we always think we know what we're doing. We always think we're doing the right work and listening to Bruce Lipton and doing Dr. Joe and doing this and that and this. I know it works, but look at the world, right? We just get in our own way time and time again. So I loved that this machine was completely remote. We just take those four identifiers, right? Like a GPS, we need their picture, date of birth, full name, and the city they're living in, which separates them out from the other 8 billion people on the planet. Slip it onto a plate, put them in the machine. It just takes over. And it's a true quantum machine. There's no electricity. It's not tapped into the grid. It just does what it needs to do. It sees what's out of balance, right? The photons in the picture are the same photons that are in your physical body. And it sees what's out of balance and it just begins to harmonize it. And I can go deeper on that, but what I've learned is even people with PhD in quantum physics, they'll talk about it more intelligently, more eloquently, more, yeah, whatever. But they don't even know, right? It's that spooky magic that Einstein and Tesla talked about. So what we're doing now is just educating, letting people know it exists. It's been around for a long time, but just getting them to try it, right? Letting them see firsthand, because everything I discuss, like I just got off the call with a guy who's got a big veteran community. And I told him at the beginning of the call, it's not going to make sense. And we discuss kind of what we're discussing. And then they always come back with the logical questions. Are you going to send me a machine to put into my home? How many sessions do I need to do? How do I hook myself? Like all the logical questions, all the conditioning. And no, you could be on the moon. You could be on Mars. You're going to get the same results if you're standing next to the machine or not. You don't need to do certain sessions. That's the great thing about this is you get on the machine and you just live life. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to have set an intention. You don't need to download an app. You don't need to take a pill. You don't need to, it just is sitting there 24/7, sitting in the background, harmonizing the individual at their mental, emotional, and informational level. Now, we never claim anything physically, but we all know that everything that manifests physically starts somewhere, starts mentally, starts in the mind, starts with a thought. So you kind of harmonize that and balance that out. You're most likely going to manifest a little bit better life in the physical realm. So, um, yeah, we're just letting the world know it exists. We're really trying to take a different approach to this. It's basically a Netflix subscription. There's a lot of people out there doing it for very expensive rates, where they take an individual, put them on the machine, and do something very specific to that person to heal them. $1,000, 5,000, $10,000. We wanted to do just something more subtle. So $40 a month, like like a subscription. And they just got that 24/7 support in the background, just as they live life. And we've just seen incredible results. And the greatest thing about it is they don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything. They just live life.
Yeah, amazing. And sometimes, not sometimes, but most of the times, the best stuff is the most simple. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, this is too simple. Like that is not possible. It's too simple. It has to be complicated. Like, this is like our human mind saying. But yeah, like I don't even know what to ask now, because like I have my own experience, and it's like I'm doing a lot of stuff, of course, but I know when I send you the message. I mean, first you send me the message, hey, you're on a machine, and like 2 days later, I had like the craziest dreams and like out of body experience and like, all this crazy stuff, and like people started saying things that I was like, oh my God, I saw that in them, but I never thought that they're gonna open up so fast. So I think it's like kind of accelerating the process because it's aligning the frequency, or like.
Yeah. What I think the biggest change is with everything I did with psychedelics, meditation, and knowing what I know with my teacher, is we always spoke about altering consciousness. So we feel good in the meditation, but then we come back to reality. We have a great psychedelic experience that breaks things open and we have to integrate it, but we come back to reality. Everything we need to do with altering consciousness means we go up and down. We have to chase, right?
Mhm.
The biggest difference here is it's shifting your frequency. I don't think they're the same.
Yeah.
To me, they're not. It permanently shifts your frequency. When you do that, you destroy the old. It's the great example of like people doing a New Year's resolution. New Year, something new. They're drunk, they're around their friends or family, they're in a good mood. They're going to set that intention. And then, God damn it, come February, March, they don't give a shit. It's over. Like they don't, a high percentage of people don't stick with it because the frequency they created that New Year's resolution at is still there. We can will it for a little while, but we're not strong. We're not that strong. We need help. And I think the greatest thing we've got going on this planet is the consciousness shifting on this planet on its own. It has nothing to do with humans. That's why everyone's chaotic. That's why everyone's really advancing. That's why everything, there's so much light coming to this planet. It has nothing to do with us. And that's the greatest thing we've got going for us because we've spent thousands and thousands of years divided Republican, Democrat, Catholic, atheist, one regime for trading another one for the next and going to this war, going to that. My religion's better. We just keep doing the same shit. We need help. We need non-human help. So I love that the fact that the machine does what it does neutrally. It shifts the frequency permanently, kind of gets it out of the way. And a great example of that is what you're talking about with your experiences. We're so conditioned to have a certain expectation of what's going to happen and what the machine's going to do. We have quite a few people coming back and say it's not working. But then I'll talk to a spouse or I'll talk to their kid or I'll talk to a friend and say, no, that is a drastically different human being. So we can't see it. And then for people like you, probably most people on this call, we've had a lot of very, very spiritual individuals come to us and say, Michael Johnson, for example, man, I don't think it's working. I'm too past this. Like, I already have a clarity. I already have what I need. It's not working. Oh, okay, cool. And then the very next sentence, they'll say, it's not working, but interesting thing happened. I've been speaking to my higher self for the last 5 years, usually every 2 to 3 months in like 1 or 2 word, guidance. I don't know why, but she's spoken to me in the last 3 days in a row in full sentences and full directions. I'm like, didn't you just tell me? Wait, hold on a sec. So it's not working, huh? It's not working. So you haven't heard from her, what she calls it, or her. You haven't heard from your higher self for 3 or 4 months. And usually when you do, it's in 1 to 2 words. And you need to decipher what that means. And you're kind of guessing for the last 5 years. But 7 days after being on the machine, she spoke to you 3 days in a row for the first time ever in full direct sentences and full direct directions. And you're telling me it's not working. Like we're so conditioned. The other thing that's happening as well is I would assume everyone on this call would agree that all the planets, all the astrology, all the consciousness, all the light coming, this is a very, very acutely intense, chaotic time. So we've got a lot of energy coming in. The other thing it's doing is it's stabilizing. So where we see a lot of people falling off a cliff with fear, anxiety, depression, PT, all the symptoms of what they've carried are really ratcheting up. The people who get on the machine are stable. So they may come back to us and say, I don't really feel it. I don't really feel it. Okay, that's fine. What they're finding out is that if they were off the machine, they would have fallen off a cliff. So this is a very unique time to come up to really push this technology because the world's never needed it more. But the energy pushing to back against this type of technology, against this type of shift in the individual is more intense than ever. More intense than ever. Like
Did
that
you have
last.
any
Go ahead.
like specific did you have any specific experience like with somebody pushing that, like, I don't know, like scientists or whatever, or like Men in Black show up, you know?
Well, no, I'm not saying from like like a conspiracy type of way. I'm just saying from how much is coming at humans. The Epstein list, the wars, uh, just the financial, the political, the economical, the religion. So much is happening. Our nervous systems are so taxed right now. Most people that I speak with are having a real struggle with the world, real struggle. Like they're becoming more fearful. They're becoming their anxiety's ratcheting up. Their depression's getting worse. All of that stuff's getting worse and worse. What we found is some of the people on the machine who have really struggled with that, they're staying at least level.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not
awesome.
falling off a cliff. It's not getting worse. They're able to find clarity in a very depressive state or a very chaotic state to kind of keep them stable in a way that helps them move forward during this very chaotic time.
Cool. By the way, Yarna would like to share his experience as well because he has
Sweet.
been on
Beautiful.
machine. So Yarna, just unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Um, I don't know, like I think 2 weeks that I'm on the machine, and Charlie sent me a message from the time that he got me on the machine, and I basically just observed the. I'm always observing myself, and like for 5 years, every day I observe my energy and the electrical impulses going through my body. So I kind of study every food that goes in, every drink that goes in, everything that just like I take in on information as well, and what it does to me like more and more. So what I'm experiencing is that I don't feel distracted anymore by anything. So there's just when I consciously had to make a decision that like I'm not taking this information as this person is self to behavior, feel that yuckiness of the world or of someone else's behavior or whatever. Now it just happens automatically. So without me needing to work against anything consciously or to resolve anything internally, it just happens way quicker. So I think the process of just being, it just for me happened even more natural than it has been before. So I can highly recommend anyone like trying it out. I'm on a free trial and I will continue. I'll get my grandma on it. and
I got my dad
and
on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really like that. So I'm grateful for the experience, and I know many people like me as well. Like I've been skeptic, for sure. Like because like well, I believe in the power within, and I can tune into anything. But I'm fucking part of the collective, and I'm here to clear up lots of stuff, not just my own, but also collective energies. So it just helps me to be more stable in the work that I'm doing every day, all day. So thank you.
Thank you, Yarne. Awesome.
Next
Um,
time.
if anyone has any question, we can absolutely open some Q&A.
Yes, I have one. You know, every one of us, we have this encounter intention regarding money, regarding relationship and leadership. So this is a three main thing that we are dealing with in business, in relationship, or in whatever we are doing. And my question is this machines is there is must be, how can I say, an intention what you would like to have it like results, or is simply connecting and these machines from my biofields knows what I'm dealing with and what is for shifting the frequency or transforming or deleting these encounter intentions too.
That's you can have an intention, right? We've learned over the past many decades to have the intention, right? But there's no reason to stop doing that. But again, the thing I really like about the machine is it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It does not care. Like everything that we're talking about is human. We're dualistic. We have a very hard time really clearing shit out. So we can have intentions. We can continue to meditate. We can continue to go to therapy. We can continue to do breath work. We can continue to do all of that stuff. This machine's just gonna just give you support. It's like the story just shown as or talked about or shared is it helps. There's so many examples. It just gives you a stronger baseline, stronger frequency to do whatever the hell you want to do. If it's I don't know why, but the typical therapy, if it takes them 3 months to have a breakthrough with the patient, it's probably going to take them a month now, maybe a couple weeks. Right? It's just condensing the time. So when it comes to intentions, if that's what you want to have when getting on the machine, set it. set your intention and do what you believe is best for you. It's just going to make it's just going to make whatever you want better. But to your point too, the machine knows somehow that divine intelligence behind the quantum field. It knows what you need. And again, that's where we get in our own way. We think we know what we need,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the world has
Yes.
shown that's not the case. So the machine knows what really needs balancing in a sense. And so that's why I say a lot of people will come back and tell us it's not working because they had an intention, they had an expectation of what they think was out of balance.
Yeah.
And then the machine's like,
Okay.
ah, fuck you. You don't know what you want. And then it balances what it needs to balance. And that's kind of what I like about it. That's, part of my history was working with the Pay It Forward Foundation. And I
Mhm.
love the neutrality of Pay It Forward because you do something for someone and then they get to do it for someone else. There's no coming back. That's why I really like this machine. That's why I like this technology. It's just neutral. It doesn't give a shit. Just get on it and live life. And it's just going to help.
Nice. And maybe one question more. So,
Neutral too.
for example,
It's neutrality.
yes, Yarne?
Yeah, I just
So,
need to say this because it's the neutrality. Like we're not polarized anymore that much, and there's these up and downs. Like we usually like the pendulum swings. Like I don't know who read the Kabbalah. Like every up has its down and those types of things, but it helps you to be neutral in either one of those. So you're not overly excited anymore. So you're not dropping down any much anymore. Like you're able to stabilize your high, and therefore your next low is more stable. It's not that you don't have those things anymore. You're human. But it helps you to be neutralizing your emotions because emotions, bad or good ones, there aren't positive or negative. It's just what we make out of them. It's again our mind making them something. I feel sad, so this is a negative thing. No, it's not. It's fucking human. And even being happy is not even positive. It's just it. So yeah, it just helps to really get this baseline. Charlie says it very wonderful. So yeah, it's great. Neutrality is key. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Andre, would
no,
you like to?
yeah, yeah. One question more. So, Charlie, my dad and my mom, have some health issue, and they are near 80 years old, both of them. So they must be aware of this machine, or I can, for example, pay this for them to be attached to this machine to send you the picture and so on and data.
Yeah, that's on you. So consent is a very big deal in the spiritual realm, right? So if you consent that your parents want to jump on it, that's fine. We yeah, we have a lot of wives putting their husbands on without telling them. and and as they put it, they're being less dicks, right? They're being better with their kids. They're helping them with their homework. They're getting. We have a couples broadcast and we have a family broadcast for that reason because of that. So if you want to put your parents on, do that. Again, we will never claim anything physical, but there's quite a few people that will go on for health reasons, and there will be something in their mental emotional state that will kind of open them up to a new technique or something they need to change in their life to help them physically. Um, we've had a few people who have had severe strokes and lost the left side, and they'll get on the machine, and all of a sudden, they'll kind of get used back. As they put it, their gait, they'll start walking better. They feel more clear with their therapy. So, in regards to your parents, if you consent and you want to have them on, be my guest.
Thank you.
And I would like to add also, I mean, I always say that, yeah, like this is not the ultimate solution. It's not like, oh my God, I'm not gonna survive if I'm not gonna be on this machine. Not at all. We are just sharing because there are like millions of, other stuff and methods and techniques or whatever tools. But since, we are all in the same field, and since I had amazing experience and I really, really resonate and I'm aligned with Charley and Charley's, mission, and also now, Yarne has some experience to share. I have absolutely no problem. Like, I'm not even thinking about when I'm talking about the machine. So it's nothing like that, it's not about selling you something or whatever. It's just like, hey, just help us share the information, even if you don't go on a machine, but now you know that it exists. And just like, yeah, share the link with your friends or whatever, because it's like, it's so valuable. And especially when we are doing it collectively. Like, I don't know, each of us, for example, if we know 10, 20, 30 people, whatever, and invite them, and in 3 weeks, collectively, we are like aligning this frequency. And I'm pretty sure, there are like even more people than that. Like, just imagine in 3 weeks, like, there's absolutely no cost, but collectively, we are we are doing that. So I think like that's really, really, really powerful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And Andre is asking, can I pay therapy in USDT, so digital dollar?
Uh, I'm not sure. I know there's a ton of different options checking out on Shopify. Check that link and check. I knew there was a bunch of different options like Venmo and PayPal and all that stuff, but I don't know. I really don't know. You'll have to check on checkout just to be safe. And whatever you find out, let me know.
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you.
If it's
Cool.
not crypto, it's definitely a good idea. I have a lot of questions, so I I am gonna try and ask the one that maybe benefit the group the most. I mean, for you guys, what's the mission? Obviously, there's going to be a broad mission of raising this across humanity, but like, what's the micro mission, and what is the timeline for you guys to get this out, and what does that look like?
Um, right now, it's just educating, having calls like this. We have found people, like we're finalizing a deal, for lack of better words, with she was a disabled vet who has a real estate company, but has a very big veteran community. So she's going to start. She saw incredible results from this in the first month, her and her business partner. So now they're going to start pushing it to their veteran community and their real estate community, right? So they're going
Amazing.
to take. There's going to be a part of it. They're going to take a part of that, right? They're
Mhm.
going to take $5 or $10 per subscription to just get it out to the community because they saw the results, but they're also going to generate revenue, which is perfectly fine with us. Um, but we'd love for this to, is the incredible lack of patience I have. I'd love for it to get out to, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people as soon as possible. So we're looking for people who have communities to get it out to the world because my background shows how much I care about helping. I've bled myself dry in nonprofit foundations and pay it forward trying to help. Um, yeah, we're just trying to get it out to the world because of the simplicity of it and the effortlessness of it.
And is that how you guys are creating a revenue model then? Is just through these affiliate schemes and just through customers, or you're looking for investors, you have investors, like how are you guys, and you don't have to answer that now. I mean, maybe we can catch up offline about that, but yeah.
Right now it's just myself and my partner, and we're just getting it through the subscriptions.
Okay.
So we do not have investors. My partner has had some success in the past, so he's a very unique individual, very private individual when it comes to that. So if anyone were ever to approach us about investing to the point where I would assume investing would mean it would just help us get it to more people quickly through some type of marketing, right? Because there's not really much we can do because there's very little overhead, which is an incredible business model. We could have one person on the machine for 10,000. It's going to cost the same. There's going to be manual labor. We've kind of what's the word, automated how the information comes in from our website to get onto the machine, but there's still a human that needs it. But it's a very unique business model when it comes to overhead. So if there were someone that saw the results they're getting and they wanted to hurry and help us get it out quicker to more people, we'd entertain that.
Okay, amazing. I personally don't have that person, but I probably do in my network. So yeah, I would love to catch up with you offline. Because yeah, there's loads. I mean, I have the normal questions, but I'm going to ignore all of those questions because, as you said, it's just the belief, and you don't even need the belief sometimes. And I'm fully aware of that. And I have been privy to experience so much magic and weirdness in this world that, yeah, amazing. I love it. I love it. That's all I have
Well,
to say, I think.
I mean, yeah, if you have any other questions, I'm sure I can answer them pretty easily for you. But if you want to jump offline, that's fine as well.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, mostly it's just around kind of like what you guys are looking to kind of achieve. And yeah, if you've created the one machine and the one machine can help multiple people at the same time, amazing. Like will that is that always going to be the case, or will it need to grow bigger and have more multiple machines as you get more people kind of like through the door? But
I
yeah.
think I think what we'll do and what will usually typically happen is the remedy we have now is, this is a poor choice of words, but it's for a lack of it, is generic.
Hmm.
And that kind of takes away from the excitement of, but it's got a lot of things in it. So it can help with suicidal ideation, which has saved a lot of lives already. It can help with ADHD in a kid, and it can help a business guy find clarity, right? The machines are not that expensive, and my partner can create them within 3 weeks. So I assume what we would want to do is, and he can get very, very specific with schizophrenia, very specific with ADHD in adults, very specific with suicidal ideation. What I would like to do, and he's on board with it, is to have 5, 10, 15 machines that are very specific. So if someone comes to us, like a suicide prevention organization, comes to us and says, we've got about 5,000 individuals who are right before they get to the crisis moment, cool, let's get them on. And it's very specific to suicidal ideation. We could take that veterans community and they could be severely on PTSD and depression, and we could stick them on a machine with a very specific remedy that would hit their frequency, right? And that would be very easy to do and very, very quick. The greatest thing that I love telling people is we can implement this anywhere, anytime, to anyone immediately.
Amazing.
That's, I mean, what else can you do? Who else can do that with that type of thing, right? So we would love to entertain anything, because the true mission is to get it out to the world. But it's also, we still live in this world. I want to support my family.
Yeah,
I
of
think that's
course.
one of the biggest things in the spiritual world, is they have an issue talking about it. Oh, if this generates a shit ton of money, then great, cool.
Yeah, I'm a full believer in it should be full circle. I'm very much like you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through the channels. I've been on the corporate side and yeah, very nice lump sum in the bank, and then I went to completely broke because I was trying out the spiritual
Exactly.
thing, and
Yep.
then yeah, I kind of like was like, well, what's the point in money? I can just manifest it, and then it's like, well, no, that's the complete opposite of spirituality, actually. And
Amen.
yeah,
I'm
it's
with you.
just you don't, what I have come to realize is you don't actually believe. You just want reconfirmation from the universe all the time, through your manifestations, as opposed to like stepping into a different timeline, let's put it that way. Um, Amazing. Yeah, I don't have any more questions right now. I have a lot of people that I could introduce you to. So yeah, I'd happy to kind of like catch up and explore that. Have a guy in Australia who is really into like conscious tech, and he's very connected in that space, from like people at heart math to other little machines and frequency devices and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good to meet you.
You as well. Thank you. I'll grab your information from Anya. Actually,
Amazing.
I think I connected with you on LinkedIn.
Yeah, she can send you my WhatsApp as well. That's the best way.
Okay.
Amazing.
Ooh, awesome. By the way, Matt, did you get any material for your podcast?
Say what?
Did you get any material for your podcast? Like, is it
Oh yeah, we have a show, Irreverent Health, and we actually talk about all these things all the time. So I would love to connect with you, Charlie, and talk to you about what that might look like if you're interested.
Please, thank you.
It's funny,
awesome?
we started a podcast because we liked red light and cold saunas, and now we're doing Akashic record meditations and near-death experience. It's like funny how that turned in what considered health got real big real fast, and it's been
Yeah.
a fun journey.
So, yeah, that's awesome. Yes, that's
Weirdos
being
out
pretty
making the
typical right
world,
now.
you know.
But no, I and Kirsty, to your point, and something I messaged Anya about yesterday is we have it's like the world was all Catholic and then got let down by Jesus and became atheists. So a lot of people on the spiritual path left corporate and then had all these amazing things, all this amazing technology, all these amazing things that the world needed, but they weren't going to do certain things. And we've shot ourselves in the foot that we need both. We need to get aggressive with this because the world needs it more than ever. We need to find ways to scale this fast, quick, and to the masses. They need it. They want it. We just got to find different ways to educate them and talk about it in a way that they feel comfortable with. So I want to take my past and building a foundation and building business and build this. I don't really care how it happens, or it's
I'm
ready.
in.
I'm into.
I love it. By the way, Charley, like
Yeah.
if I ask you, like, do you know what is your purpose? I mean, it was really cool. Like when you said, when you were working in Pay It Forward and this like neutrality, like that kind of resonated. And now, you are with Mental Wellness Lab, so with this device. So it's like it's going in the same direction, kind of, but just more
Mhm.
expensive. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and CNES as well, like that we will be co-creating together. So yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, the world is definitely ready. We just like, but there's like so much noise, and people, they are confused now because they don't know what to believe, especially, with AI, with deep fake, with everything, like with all these spiritual leaders that they were taking up space. And now, like, they are a lot of them falling in a way. Um, so people are very, very cautious and confused, and they feel betrayed. So I think like
Yeah.
when we come together and it's like, hey, like this is my message, like, hey, you are safe. It's okay to feel like that. Yeah, you are safe. We are in this together. Like this is something that everybody needs to know. So
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what they talked about, right? All those people were talking about that the fall of the guru would happen in the last 2 or 3 years, and amen to that. Because we all have what we need inside of us, and all this machine is doing is it's not a teacher, it's not a guru, it's not a religion. It's just helping you see what's inside you.
yeah, it's like amplifying. So amazing, amazing. Yeah, spark of inspiration. This was pretty cool. Are you gonna stick around in school? I mean, I invited you into community. Are you gonna like you have the opportunity also to connect to other people here because I'm gonna post
Yeah,
this
I've
replay.
yeah, I've
So
never I've
welcome to
never been in the school community, so yeah, I'll test it out and check it out.
yeah. And Kirsty, like you also have your community or yeah, okay.
Yeah, we don't host it anywhere. It's just purely on WhatsApp at the moment. But yeah, with the island, the idea is that it's conscious island. It's going to be a community of like overwater bungalows with the idea of okay, these change makers are coming together. How do you change the frequency coming together? Like if you go to a Joe Dispenza retreat, you have these amazing experiences, but they're for a week. How do we keep that resonance up? And that is like the idea is working with the land. It's on indigenous land, like building with the land, not like destroying the land. But although the community itself will be small, there will be an event space and like different technologies to work with people with the idea that this is going to become like a man-made blue zone. But then how do you affect the community worldwide? How do you have that ripple effect? How does that resonate throughout? Matt that's coming in just for a week, but then he gets to experience that and then take that back on his podcast, and his listeners get to have that ripple and that impact. So, yeah, I'm all about cool people doing cool things, in every regard, as long as their heart is open and they're leading from love. I think everything is valuable and everything is needed. Not, I don't want to use the word need. Everything is there to build and to grow and to elevate us in whatever regard.
Yeah, amazing. And Kirsty, the last call that you had, and Stephen was a guest, and he was talking also about,
Yes.
oh my God, this was so amazing. That the future business, like the future of business and future of, economy, it's going to be everything about the trust, but also like non-extractive way of doing business. So
Yeah.
we are not extracting energy from anyone. We are just inviting and like, co-creating, collaborating, like really connecting to each other, supporting each other. And I feel like at home when I listen to that. So
Yeah, I thought that was very beautiful. He used a phrase that conscious capitalism is still capitalism, and I'd never heard it expressed that way, and I really, really resonated with that. I thought, yeah, there's a lot of spiritual people that feed on that kind of capitalistic, yeah, marketing tactics and that way. And yeah, I love the idea of this as well, because even the way that you guys are going to market is very much about the person, and how do we help in this specific place in this specific way. So it's super beautiful.
yeah, amazing. I love it. Yeah, I cannot wait for this reality to happen because I'm pretty sure each and every one of us, we have been on this journey, like I would say pretty intense journey. Yeah, with like having everything. I mean, we always have everything because like we have everything already. We don't need anything in our essence, but like we are here on planet Earth, there's money, there's this. But from human standpoint of view, it's like from there to there, like from top to rock bottom to the deepest, blackest abyss. So, and yet we came here. Yeah, we are here. Like we know how to climb up from that abyss, and it's so powerful when we come together and like we share, yeah, stories like this and energy. So awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you that you showed up today.
Yeah, thank you.
Really,
Thank you.
really cool.
Yeah, thanks for putting it
Um,
together, Anya.
yeah.
Charlie, I'd like to do something similar energy with you. Hey Charlie, if you like to, I would do like a similar thing like this in the community that I have in on school as well. So
Yeah, let
we
me know, man.
can place it up there and put it in the classroom as well for new people to come in to have a look in it, as it's in resonance with the message. So
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you, man.
yeah,
Let me know.
Yeah,
easy.
Yarna also has a really cool community. It's Silent Power Collective, yeah?
Silent Power Collective, and it kind of this is like also, I mean, the machine, like I mean, the silence, the clarity. I think many people have are scattered in their thoughts. And whilst I'm talking, they're actually not listening, but they're thinking about what I'm saying. And there's such a huge difference between me listening and me thinking about something that someone is telling. Like Anya and I talked about this, like the thought process ups. You don't really need to stop to process your thoughts. Like, and I've been there kind of before I got on the machine a lot. But as I say, like the feel is so stable in the world. Like, I mean, it's just part. Like, I feel the pain of all humanity. It's just fact. But the stabilization of that field and all that helps us to be stable within our own self, and that supports me with. So yeah, I'm all in.
Good. By the way, Yarna, when are you flying to
I'm
Egypt?
flying to Egypt on 18th. I'm
Oh
doing
my God.
some
So with the machine and all the
global
galactic
global throat
energies
chakra
that
activation.
Are you doing it with Jerry Sargent?
Yeah,
Are you doing it with
I'm
Jerry
called.
Sargent?
I don't know this person.
Oh, okay. No, they're going out there for a month, and they've got a huge thing in Egypt at the moment. They're very much about, yeah, the conscious collective,
Who
and Human
knows?
Garage are also over there. So yeah, there's a few cool people doing some cool things in Egypt this month.
Yeah. It's time. I was called. Like I quit the job, and then I just started receiving information. Just go to Egypt, and I had a conversation with the architect, and it said like, yeah, it was just awesome. What came along. So activating the truth
If you
and
pay one of the guys
sure,
like
it's
$10, they'll let you meditate in the tomb and they'll lock you in. So yeah, just have some cash and you'll get locked in a tomb. It'll be great.
yeah, I'll be 5 days at Giza for sure, the first 5 days, and see what's happening there. Just go one step at a time and see where it's guiding me towards.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. You're a magical being in, already. So yeah. Next time I'm coming with you. So all good. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah, it's so
badass
fun.
souls.
With If you want to be with on the journey, let me say one more thing, please. Then you can I will upload everything in my school community, and I will go live, and I will do just I already see it. So if you guys want to be a part of it, join. I'm welcoming everyone to be on this journey with. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, if there are any more questions, we can we can share some more some extra love like last 3 minutes.
I encourage everyone to think of how we can support this mission. How can we combine our powers all together? We're 6 people in this room right now. How can we stop thinking about ourselves only and what I do, how is it benefiting me? This is the old world. But how can what I do be of benefit for all others at the same time? So when I'm helping Charley, I help myself, but I also help everyone else. And this is the new way of thinking. We gotta come together. This is not for profit. In the community as well, I'm doing a non-for-profit way, in everything that I do. And I think everyone is doing this in some way, because every one of you, or maybe, I hope so, maybe not, but anyway, what you receive from profit, you put back because here for humanity. And I think every one of us who has this mission within their heart and soul, it's time for us to come together, to merge, to share resources, to share wisdom, and to fucking go. Really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it cuts out every time when you say something gold. I'm like, what is he gonna say? And then it cuts out. So it's silence. But anyway, we get the picture. Thank you very much, Jarne, for your wisdom. And by the way, if you don't know yet, me, Jarne, and Roger Burnley, he's a 75-year-old traveler from Los Angeles. We have a podcast together called The Winning Generation. So I'm in my 40s, Jarne is in, almost 30, and Roger is 75. And we came together, just exchanging wisdom, sharing this space and creating this space. We are winning generation. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter, what kind of experience you have. We are winning generation, and we all are winning generation. So
Yes.
you too.
Yeah, we're live tomorrow, so
We are, yeah, and on Thursday. Yeah, just
yes,
randomly.
and on Thursday. That's right.
Perfect. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Charley. Thank you, Magic Charley, um, for sharing everything. And let me just share one more time the link if somebody wants to. This one, yeah. If somebody wants to check it out, but otherwise it's mentalwellnesslab.com, yeah? Mental
Thanks,
Wellness
Anya.
Lab.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Have a good one. We are going to sleep here in Europe, but on the other side, have a beautiful day.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care. Thank you, Matt. Bye.
Thank you so much, Anya and Charlie.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.